More than a week after Election Day, we are still waiting for a winner in 9 congressional races. But even so, CBS News projects that Republicans will hold onto control of the House. Right now, Republicans have 218 projected winners, enough to take the majority in the House. Most of the undecided races are in California, where they are still counting mail-in ballots. Meanwhile, President-elect Donald Trump says he'll nominate former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz as his Attorney General, sparking reactions from both sides of the aisle.
Yeah, that's because Gaetz was the focus of several investigations into his misconduct. Jared Hill has more on that and the meeting with President Biden and Trump at the White House.
Welcome. After a bitter battle on the campaign trail, President Joe Biden welcomed President-elect Donald Trump to a cordial meeting at the White House.
Politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today.
The 2-hour sit-down as Trump's transition rolled ahead, naming Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz as his pick for U.S. Attorney General, raising eyebrows from both sides of the aisle.
It's just kind of like a God tier kind of trolling, just to trigger a meltdown.
I just think it's silly. The president is smart enough and his team is smart enough to know that Mr. Gaetz will never get confirmed by the Senate.
Gaetz, a staunch Trump ally, resigned from the House Wednesday, just days before a House ethics panel was set to vote on whether to release its report on its investigation into whether Gaetz engaged in sexual misconduct and tried to obstruct government investigations. That's according to 3 sources with knowledge of the committee's work. Wednesday, Trump also named former Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard as his director of national intelligence. She's likely to be grilled over sympathetic statements toward Russia and a self-funded trip to meet with Syria's leader, the Army vet, last night on Fox News.
The American people delivered quite an incredible mandate for change in this election. Of course, there's going to be resistance to change from the swamp in Washington.
The groundwork being laid at the White House as Republicans make a clean sweep on the Hill, now projected to control the House and the Senate. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker also responding to Trump's pick of Matt Gaetz as U.S. Attorney General. He says it's disgraceful. While speaking with CNN, Pritzker said the pick would be terrible for preserving democracy. Pritzker's teaming up with Jared Polis of Colorado to form Governors Safeguarding Democracy. The nonpartisan coalition allows states to share tools and resources to strengthen democratic institutions. Pritzker says they plan to fight things that go against federal law, such as possible plans to use red states' National Guards to go into blue states to find people for things like mass deportations.
What we shouldn't be doing is threatening people, many people who've been here for decades. They've been paying taxes and working. They live peacefully. They're not committing crimes. We need to safeguard them.
Pritzker and Polis say they've reached out to governors around the country but declined to share who will be involved in that organization.